Hi, I'm Stuart Saunders from Typhoon Industries, and today we're going to talk about setting your kit up for loading and the best way to do it so you get the best results. Now, in the previous video we talked about what kit to have, the belt, the clothes, what accessories to have on your gun. So now we're going to put it together, start using it and start using it effectively. So the first thing we want to do is put our belt on. So here I've got the inner belt through the trouser loops, okay, so that won't move anywhere. And this is now my belt, I'm putting over the top. I always locate it in the same place, and I always go with the hip magazine holder being on my hip bone. And then it's important with these belts that you get them onto the Velcro very snugly. Okay. Never put the belt on when you've got magazines in it because the weight will distort it. And you make sure there's no air gaps. And then this is the belt loop. You need to have the belt loop put onto it. If you don't have the belt loop and you're running around, you can knock it on stuff or it will ping off. The belt loop stops it coming undone. So then you have that on there nice and firm. So I've shown you how to put the belt on, but maybe we should roll back a stage and look at where you should put the magazine holders. And I'll show you how that I work it out for myself, and if you like that you can follow that way. Now I run with 4 positions and I locate the magazines 2 positions on my body. So when I'm holding the gun, the first position is I come to my belly button and I want to have a magazine available there. The second position I come to is the middle of my thigh and I want to have a magazine here, then my hip, then the small of my back. And the way to work it out is to get your gun. Okay. Alright, have yourself in your stance and then drop your hand off, your left hand off, don't move anything else. Alright, and where you would naturally fall if you were going for your belly button, you want to make sure that you put the magazine there and put the holder in the correct place for it. And then you could come out. And the same with the thigh position. And the same with the hip position. And again with the small of the back. So they're in fixed positions. Those positions are linked to parts on my body that I can find with my eyes closed. And the angle is down to personal preference. Now you'll see, especially with the Russian shooters, their first magazine will be pretty much horizontal. They have a slightly different magazine for the Vapor gun, and I think they probably have a slightly different body shape to me. I go for a steeper angle on the front one because I found a more horizontal started to interfere with the second magazine. So you have to play with that. Do some practice and see what works best for yourself, and then modify it as you go along. But that's the basics of it. So we're here, okay, we have the thigh, and we have the hip. So now you've got your belt on, your magazine pouches are set up at the right angle for you to grab easily, they're in the right location, they're not going to move because of the equipment that you've got. Let's talk about how you grab the magazine. So the ideal place to grab it is in the middle third of the actual magazine. That's because the top third is going to be inserted into the mag well. If your hand's too high, your fingers will hit it, or at least your fingers will stop it going in, and then you'll have to shuffle around and then try and push it up. If you grab it too low, you create a lever and it's harder to get in. And any small movement down here results in a large movement up there, and it is a lot harder to get it in. So the ideal place is in the middle. Now that tied into the belt kit that we're using, let's have a look. The magazine holders from Dorset Woodland Blades hold the top third. Alright, so if you come down, and you'll probably find and see in my videos, my index finger will touch the mag pouch or the mag holder, and I locate the same place every time. Then I'll pull it back out. As the magazine goes up into the gun, my finger will move out of the way. So your belt's all set up. You have your mag wells on the gun. One thing to bear in mind, I haven't done it on mine, I have no need for it, but when you're beginning you might want to smooth out the sharp edges on the mag well, because occasionally you will smack into it and there's a risk of cutting your fingers.